Okay, that's what happens when you have a whole bunch of streams open at the same time.
I was wondering what that was, Yankee.
I still got one on somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from. Hold on. Hear that?
I can hear it. Yep. Sure can.
It's real low. Off. Come on. Come on. Hello? Hello? Testing, testing. Okay. I think it's okay now. All right. So, last Saturday on YouTube this week is the last Saturday on YouTube. I'm going to cut that YouTube link or feed off after tonight so that I can grab all the videos before the YouTube account is deleted. Oh, there it goes again. What the hell's going on? Well, I'm getting an extremely late delay here. Is somebody got it on?
I've got it on, but it's muted.
It's getting picked up somewhere.
Rusty's muted.
That's Trovo chat is closed. Don't know what that is. It's on somewhere. I can't find it.
I've got it on, but it's muted.
Let's try this. Let's try this. All right, let's see if it happens again. Oh, by the way, yeah, we're getting rid of the YouTube channel. Not the channel. We'll keep the channel up. But we don't want to lose all the videos, so I have to download all those videos and put them on Patreon. And I was going to try to put them on BitChute. I tried a couple of them yesterday, and BitChute is... it's rough trying to get a video to download the BitChute, so... I'm going to probably put them all...
We cannot lose that because that is my verification of putting up with you for so long. Just saying.
Oh, really? So, wow, nothing's working tonight. I don't know why. The chat's not coming in.
Sign of the times.
Restream chat. It says it's hooked up, but it's not working. I don't know what's going on today. It's crazy.
Well, hi, y'all. Who's ever out there hearing us? We are obviously having technical difficulties. If you'll bear with us for just a minute, be sure to share out. And if any of you wonderful patriots in the audience want to join us for a little cussing and discussing and chit-chat, then be sure and let us know because we'll send you the link.
Well, that's strange. Okay, there we go. I think I got it working again. I got the chat working again. Okay, let's see if I can get the... We're on Trovo, too, by the way. We're up on Trovo. We need 16 more to reach level 2, whatever the hell that means. I have no clue yet. So, still trying to figure that thing out.
Well, if it's diamonds or money, I call dibs.
There's always bugs.
By
so
the way,
glad everybody came.
By the way, tonight we have Rusty Iceman and, of course, Doc Martin, whose birthday never ends, and since then, Trump has not been president.
You understand what this means.
Yeah, Trump's not going to be president as long as it's your birthday.
Long birthday. I'm just saying. I might not ever have to turn another year older because I might still be just stuck on this year. And if I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to claim it. So if I don't get to use my year, I'm just not going to claim it. I'll just stay with where I'm at. Yes, Boxes of Beauty. We need to look at that too. Phil, are we on Gab? You know, Gab TV has been very good, from what I understand.
Yeah,
and I also understand Rumble is pretty good, but are we on there?
We got a an account on Gab. I opened it a long time ago, but I never used it. And then I went
pretty good luck with the Gab TV.
Well, I went to go try to get on it the last couple of weeks, and it's been horrible. So I haven't bothered to go back lately. But yeah, we are on Gab. We've been on for a long time. I don't think we have any followers either.
Well,
I did look
people are
for
able
you.
to get on, people are able to get on, be sure and follow us. And then as Gab works out their issues of being able to get on, because I've had trouble too, then we'll try to add that. What about Rumble? Because a lot of people are using Rumble, I think.
Rumble's not live streaming, from what I understand. But
that's right.
Pure Social is setting up live streaming, so I'm going to DM Pure Social. It says to DM them, so I'm going to DM them tomorrow and see if we can't get on there.
Well, if they don't DM you back, we do have connections because our lovely Coffee Talk with Sandra knows him personally. She's had him on her show.
Yeah, he was. She tried to contact him for us, and he was tied up. But now he's probably tied up even more with everybody leaving different platforms like D-Live. Thank you, D-Live, for taking away the lemons for one person. That's awesome.
I just don't understand what's going on with D-Live.
Thank you, D-Live.
Like they have really jumped the shark.
Thank you for keeping me safe.
Yes, D-Live, thank you for keeping me safe.
I still like D-Live. It's still not that bad.
Yeah, but you can't give lemons away. You can't get any. That stuff was kind of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was. It was just a little fun participation thing.
Well, I think eventually they'll come around.
That's
what we've heard. I've heard it's going well.
Someone's saying live stream is coming to Gab, but that's the same problem with Clout Hub. They still don't have their live streaming up yet, so you're kind of limited on where you can go right now. Obviously, doing any politics on YouTube is a bad idea right now.
Well, hell, any platform now. Yeah. That's what they're trying to do, is trying to shut us up. They don't want us to be united. They don't want us to have camaraderie. They want us to live alone, work alone, and die alone. That's what they want. So you know what I say to that? Kiss my grits. We aren't giving up. We're going to find a way. And eventually maybe POTUS will have his own streaming service. Nanny, boo-boo, sticky head and doo-doo. That's what we'll say then as we leave in droves and bankrupt you.
Thank you for the follow, Leslie Rose. Make sure you follow us over on Trovo, too.
And you'll be sure and share it out where everybody come and visit.
Who knows what's going on with D-Live? What the next step is going to be. Nobody knows, So, at least we're on Trovo right now. They are really tough on corporate, what do you want to call it? Anything corporate, so you can't, anything copyrighted, so you can't play anything copyright, or shouldn't, on Trovo. But other than that, they're pretty much leaving everybody alone, unless you get crazy, which we don't, so... I know D-Live is getting a little strict right now, even with the slightest misstep. So,
well, I do think you misspoke there just a tad, because we do get a little crazy, but only in a good way.
Oh no, I'm
not certifiable, and they're not going to come get us in the white jackets, and they're not going to kick us off their platform.
I'm talking about anything violent or anything like that. We've never done anything like that. So.
I know, it's just harassing you, Yankee.
Oh, so you're gonna harass me tonight? Oh, I see.
Well, of course. Yes. Don't we always?
I was gonna hold back, but now I've got some harassment in store for you.
Uh-oh. What have you got?
Do you think you're gonna get off that easy?
Really?
I got a great song for you from Irrational Times, but it relates to a lot of people I know.
Oh, really?
That's right, man. If I was thinking about this earlier. If you don't want to parody a song because it would break your soul in half, I watched Daywave. I know how much you hate it.
I'm a man of my word.
You could also just buy me like a Bayside Tigers t-shirt or something.
First off, if you don't think I already have one, you're crazy. And secondly, I'm going to do it. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word, and I will pick one and I will do it because I take my bets seriously.
This is a story about a freedom-fighting Puerto Rican who tried to bite off more than he could chew. But now it's time for him to pay up and face the consequences. Royce Lopez, he's welching on his bet. We won't let him forget about it. Royce Lopez, no welching on your bet. We can't let you forget.
I think I gotta pay a rational time.
Because you came on my channel with a Adonis ball. You're heading old-fashioned saved by the bell
totally declared that you won.
You lost
I pay
and
my
Adonis
debt.
won. And now the goof parody, you'd say you do it isn't done. Royce Lopez,
Hey, Pernell.
stop welching on your bet. You know we won't forget about it. Because
Yeah, Woody came back this week, but he left again real hurriedly just to get
There's no excuse because we even wrote a few of those stupid parody songs just for you. Here's a little bit of one you would have loved. The Oak Ridge Boys of
Where's Neil when I need him?
Lopez, we put you to the test. Adonis got the best of you. Royce Lopez, no matter what he says, distracting us with dazzles, working bids. Royce, you're left with no what you said and what you did end up doing now.
Did you see the real map? We didn't really
on
win. It's going to be kind of like the Joe
Can't
Biden thing.
forget about it.
But we'll take keys from
Royce.
POTUS.
Stop watching on your bed. We won't let you forget about it. Oh yeah, Royce Lopez. He's watching on his bed. We won't let him forget about it. Come on now, when I say Royce, you say Welch. Royce. Welch. Royce.
What? Right.
Come on now, one more time so we can hear us down in Florida.
Right. What? Right.
Oh my gosh, he's on every Christian program there is.
What?
Royce
Right.
Lopez.
What?
You're welching on your bed. You know we won't forget about it. Oh no, Royce Lopez. No welching on your bed. You know we won't forget about it. Royce Lopez. He's welching on his bed. We won't let him forget about it.
I'm going to tell
Royce
Neil
Lopez. He's welching on his bed. We won't let him forget about it.
And just like that, I'm working for the Chinese
Hi,
again.
Redmaker. I'm telling you. All right, where's Neil when I need him? Well, when all of this is finally adjudicated and the truth comes out and we see the map where New Mexico was red, I mean, you should see this map. I've got it somewhere. I'll have to see if I can send it to you. Of the true outcome of the election, we didn't really owe that bet. It would really be you owing us. So don't be like Joe Biden and steal a win there, Yankee. Hello? Am I talking to myself or what?
What's that, Doc?
Hard. It's real funny.
Forget about it.
Absolutely.
That's what you call selective
Stop
hearing.
watching on your
I
bed.
agree.
We won't let you forget
I
about
believe
it.
so.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
now we're not going to
Royce
listen to the song again. That was long.
Oh my goodness.
What? Right.
I do not know why you play that because it sounds fine to me. Just saying.
What's funny, the funny bit about it is it's your own daughter.
Well, I know. So, I mean, she sounds right. I can't help it that the Yankee part of her every now and then rears its ugly head, but
I'm gonna be a double
because she's half Southern The good side wins out most of the time.
Oh, we got such a.
But when she tortures her mama, she's not being nice.
Boy, we had such a big week this week, didn't we? It was a huge week. Oh my goodness!
It was the week from hell. I'm telling you. I was telling somebody the other day that it was such a wild week that my chicken is bald.
I'm
telling you, the wear and tear on the chicken's ass. What? Well, I mean it. You know what I'm saying?
Chicken?
The wear and tear on the chicken's ass. My chicken is bald. I didn't say the whole thing. I thought y'all might have some couth, but I guess not.
I slap you right in your penis.
Well, even though living in Texas, I've never heard that expression.
What? The wear and tear on a chicken's ass?
Yeah.
You've never heard that, Rusty? You
Nope.
Poor thing. You have been deprived. They abuse you up there in Michigan for sure, don't they?
They do.
Just saying. You need to come down and live right down here in Texas. Yankee.
Thank you for keeping the time.
Yeah,
you know, we are going to become the new sanctuary state. Although we're going to secede and we're going to make Texas a great country again. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm done with all y'all's bullshit. We're just going to push off and leave you people. We are decoupling from you weirdos.
It's I forgot you're in Texas. It's going to be worse for people in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Y'all better pray about it, because you know what? If we were to ever get a fair election again, which we probably won't unless something drastic happens, but if we were to get a free election again, they're going to have turned Texas blue with all of the illegals that they're bringing in and all the libtards that are running from their respective states that they've ruined to Texas and Florida and all of the right-living states. Just saying. Of course, we're going to decouple from New Mexico too. They're just a little too weird, but they're fixing to get there's a bunch of states that are fixing to get a real big dose of reality, because Biden's already, one of his EOs decimated New Mexico's economy. Mm-hmm. And before Trump, right as he was taking office, they had the unfortunate distinction of having more people on welfare than was working in their state.
Really?
And POTUS, yes, more people on welfare than was working. And POTUS had turned that around and had overcome, because remember, the governor there tried to give him hell whenever he was trying to build the wall and all that, though her, most people were thrilled over it, but, of course, that's got to be ugly. But,
who was that? Napolitano? It was Napolitano, right? In New Mexico?
Who?
In New Mexico?
No, it's a Hispanic woman.
I thought it was Napolitano.
I can't remember her name. Well, it wasn't at the time. I don't know who it is now. But it wasn't at the time. It was I can't remember her name.
Well, 30% of New Mexico's economy comes from energy.
Yeah, it decimated it.
They're screwed.
And they didn't have that many people working to begin with, guys. They couldn't afford to lose any jobs. Yeah, they are. You know that we always go where I live. If you want to go to the mountains, you always go to Rio de Janeiro, Mexico. A lot of people, Taos, all those kind of places. And my brother, we were up there visiting last year, and my brother owns a lot of rental property and stuff like that. And I said, Marty, why don't you buy a cabin up here? We can all just come up here and enjoy it whenever we want to. It's beautiful. It's in the mountains. It's really pretty. And he said, well, I looked into it several years ago, but he said, nope, you can't buy land here. And I said, how come? He said, because if you ever buy it, you'll never be able to get rid of it again. Never.
Well, Joe's got a solution.
Nobody will buy it.
Did you hear what Jen Psaki said? The solution to the jobs being lost?
No, I haven't listened to her. I can't bear her.
They need to go home and find another job. Yeah.
Great advice.
Go get another job.
Oh my gosh.
Now who is that?
That is just Jen Psaki. She's the new replacement for Kayleigh McEnany, the press secretary.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's like replacing the sun with, I don't know, glitter. I have no idea.
I have no idea who these people are.
Oh, dear Lord, be glad, because that woman grates on my last nerve. She jumps up and down on it. I can't bear her. She's got very red hair. She's got the straight bob, which isn't really popular anymore, but she didn't get that memo. She's very plain, doesn't wear a lot of makeup, never smiles. She is just like a very
she's
bad
just so happy to have
replacement.
that position.
Well, all Biden has done is he has brought back all of the Obama administration. That's all he's done. It's right back to Obama.
Clap for that,
And if you don't think that Obama and them are pulling the strings from behind the curtain.
Oh, yeah.
I've got land in Louisiana up for sale that's not marshy at all, I promise.
But they're also happy.
Well, not a lot of left-wing remnants that just lost their jobs because after they voted for him. I think they're getting a little sad.
You notice it doesn't matter. They're all so miserable.
Who?
Well, yeah, because they don't have any joy in their lives.
Hey, wet sandwich.
I don't know what joy
Sandwich.
is. Do what?
I said, hey, wet sandwich. Wet sandwich in Trovo. Well, at least with no oil and no gas, and we'll all be safe.
Thank you for giving me that.
Well, are they going to give us one of the Flintstone cars?
And, well, you're going to wish for one with an animal running it because having to jog to drive you because Pete Buttigieg says that he thinks it's a very good idea to start taxing us for every mile we drive over a certain amount.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
And it will not be a very generous amount.
You get a mileage allowance.
So anybody that drives for their living is going to be penalized like me. Mm-hmm.
You get a mileage allowance, and anything over that, you get taxed. That's his plan.
They tried to do that under Obama. Remember the carbon footprint tax?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They've just regurgitated it and put a new name on it. That's all they've done.
That's usually what they do, is put a new name on it. Same shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
And just like that, I'm working for the Chinese again.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
I think we should do a whole show with just sound bites. We'll do this for a half hour.
What? Right? What?
Oh, Yankee, you're just incorrigible, aren't you? Just saying.
Well,
Don't know
no
what
shit.
we're gonna do about you.
Oh, I got my little Take the Black Pill logo up there tonight.
Oh, please.
Oh.
I like red. Red's good.
Although if everybody had taken the black pill and voted for Ron Paul, we probably wouldn't be in this mess right now. Right? He was the better choice.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna make it with a third party. We're not set up for it. Although, you know what? And the big debate is about whether we should start another party or take over the Republican Party. And I say, I just don't understand why reinvent the wheel. The Republican Party is ours. They just haven't gotten the memo. We fund it. We're the majority of the members. And we get to decide, vote them in or out. We can starve them to death financially.
Well, if you vote out all the rhinos,
they cry MAGA.
You gotta get all the rhinos out of there. If you do, then
exactly.
A third party,
financially.
the Patriot Party, is not going to work. You're gonna lose.
No. Yeah, every time all it does is split the vote.
Victor Von True made the best point on this. If you have a third populist party and it garners 40% of the vote, the Democrats and the Republicans will combine and wipe you out. Because it happened in the Netherlands. It happens everywhere. They try that.
Well, it's happened in U.S. history before.
Yep.
I mean, come on. You know, all you have to do is look at history. But the problem is we've allowed the left to hijack our history. And they have done nothing but just turned out little propagandist robots because we let them take over our education system. So we've just got to really start, I believe, because, you know, Mike Pompeo, we had talked about this several weeks, that he had put up the alarm that the Chinese have infiltrated all the way down to our local levels, our PTAs, our school boards and all that. And I will tell you, one of the most powerful local positions you can hold is on the school board. And it's a great stepping stone if you want to go, you know, to the state level, all that kind of thing. So, you know, I really do encourage everybody that's ever thought about running, run. Because, you know, I was reminded this week when I was watching some old clips of POTUS, and he was doing an interview several years, well, it was way before he started running for president, I think. No, I take that back. I misspoke. It was either right before or right in his early days of his presidency. And he was giving the interview, and he said that we would not see total success against China in his lifetime. And that we would not even be able to see, we would be able to see significant strides in his terms. You know, he was hoping for a second term. And, but that it would have to continue on under other people because it would be a threat that we would be facing for many, many years to come. And I see what he was talking about now, how deeply infiltrated and entrenched they are into our society, into every institution, every body of influence, from pastors to teachers and professors to, you know, your local electors and business people and that kind of thing. And it is really daunting, but I'm still very hopeful.
Well, you know, and I brought this up in different places, that there was a family, 3-4 years ago, wanted to buy all American stuff, like shoes, whatever, and they had the hardest time doing it because everything's made from China.
It's exactly right. It's very difficult. I got made fun of for years because I've only bought American-made cars for most of my adult life. And, you know, all my friends used to go, oh, it isn't even American. You know, it's really owned by the Chinese and or foreign, you know, company and all this stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm doing all that's available to me, all that I can do to support my neighbor having a job. Because you know what? When I look in his kids' eyes, I don't want to think, well, gee, if I bought a little different, they'd have a job. They'd have food. They'd have clothing. They'd have shelter, you know? So I have tried to do that for years, and it's very difficult. And you do pay extra, and there's not a lot of choices. And sometimes there's not a choice. Mm-hmm. But we were making great strides under the Trump administration towards correcting that. Now, I was reading an article today that was talking about how many companies are already talking about moving back out of the United States because they know the tax hikes that are about to come. So that's pretty daunting. Everybody try to buy as much American as you can because we have really, I mean, we've got to make it painful for them. And it's going to be painful for us. You know, it's kind of like punishing your kid when you ground them and they don't get to go anywhere, and all you do is hear them moaning and groaning about it, all that kind of thing. It punishes you as much as it does them. And that's the same thing with you know, buying American. It's not always convenient. Sometimes we're going to have to sacrifice, but we have got to stop buying from Walmart and Amazon and these big, huge companies that have done nothing but spit in our faces and tell us what contempt they have for us and be little good little robots and sheep. I'm not doing it.
Right.
I am cutting my dependence on them. I didn't have much of one on them to begin with, but I'm telling you, I don't care how painful it is. I'm moving my business, all of it, somehow or another way.
I can't remember. Go ahead, Russ.
The few times that I had to go to like Walmart or anything, there's really nobody in there.
Oh, they're pretty busy.
They're doing fine.
Yeah, they made I think $16 billion more in profit this year or last year than they did the year before. So,
well, and they're fixing. They just recently started their program that's supposed to compete with Amazon. So the two big giants are about to have a war because they're starting that next day delivery thing with Amazon.
Well, that's not a good thing though, because that wipes out everybody.
Exactly, all the little people.
Yep.
So, and then Amazon said, well, hold my beer. And guess what they're doing? They're amping up their drone delivery program. So you can order something, and their goal is within 30 minutes or an hour for you to have that in your hand. If they have to drone it to you.
That's called being lazy.
I was reading their business plan. That's called immediate gratification that is going to absolutely... I mean, it's already bad enough, dear God, because we order it and have it the next day. But,
that's going to be hard to do, though. When
never been told.
That's going to be hard to do, though, when China takes the grid down, because, we just signed an executive order that counteracts Trump's anti-China interference in our electrical grid. I don't know why you would do that, but...
Oh.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Now, say again what they did.
Trump signed an executive order basically to prevent China from interfering in our electrical grid, our energy grid. And Biden signed an executive order to reverse that executive order. Yeah.
Because he's a puppet for the...
Why would you do that?
And just like that, I'm working for the Chinese again.
Because he works for them. Lock, stock, and barrel. Remember, we are really being occupied by a foreign power.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is totally compromised. Just remember that. We do not have an American president. We now have a dictator from China sitting in our Oval Office. Just saying.
It's not him. He doesn't even know what planet he's on right now. They're just
no.
But did you see?
I'm saying President Xi is totally controlling him. It's like Xi is sitting in the Oval Office.
He's not controlling Biden. He's controlling somebody else who's controlling Biden.
Oh yeah.
Well,
it trickles down. That's all they have to do.
Come on, Joe. It's time for your tapioca pudding.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Rusty?
Did you see the video where he was signing executive orders? He goes, "What's this?" Somebody said, "Never mind, just sign it."
Uh-huh.
And he did.
He said, "I don't even know what I'm signing. I don't even know what I'm signing." And as he signed it.
Yeah.
But you know what? He hadn't known what he was doing half the time. God only knows what kind of drugs they've got him on. We saw that he was repeating what they were saying in his earpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Salute the Marines. And then his wife tries to shake one of his hand on her way by. She doesn't know protocol. You're going, now...
They told him in the earpiece to salute.
Lady? Don't you have any inkling?
They told him in his earpiece to salute, and he said, salute.
Yeah. They said, salute the Marine when you go by. As you go by, and he said, salute the Marine. And everybody's going, oh, dear God.
And he didn't salute. He just said, salute.
Yeah.
He did that before. He did that during the debate.
Yeah. He's a mess. He's just not all there, and he's just he won't be there long. He's not going to be there
and
long.
we got to pray about that because I'm going to tell you something. Real hell's going to break loose whenever Kamala Harris becomes president.
Oh, yeah.
And she gets to pick her vice president.
Yep.
So y'all better get down on your knees and pray for Biden. I'm just saying because he's bad, but she could be worse.
It doesn't matter.
She could.
It doesn't matter how much you pray for Joe. He's gone. They've already decided he's not going to be there.
I know.
They've already cast that die for a while.
Just remember,
Just
though,
go on
God
the internet.
any machinations of the evil one.
Go on the internet. You'll start. I saw an article today that Joe isn't all quite there, according to sources close to the president. They're already starting the 25th Amendment. See, they got to leak it out little by little, and then they'll steam it up.
Don't you remember what POTUS said about that?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm not worried about the 25th Amendment. He said, but Biden better be very worried about what he's asking for because it ain't going to boomerang on me. It's going to boomerang on him.
Yeah, they're going to.
He knew then that they were going to use it against him.
They're gonna get rid of. Everybody knew that. I mean, anybody with half a brain knew it.
They had, like I said before, they started this before the election with the 25th Amendment.
Well, they were excusing using it on Trump, but the plan was to really use it on Biden because go out there.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, there's already a source from the White House saying Joe's not all there. That's your indicator right there. You're going to see more and more articles start popping in that he's not all there. And if you saw that press conference where he got upset, that's somebody who's got serious problems. So it is what it is. They're going to get rid of him. He knew it. He even said on the campaign he's not going to last the whole full term.
For the first time in his life, probably honest.
Yeah. I don't think he was honest on purpose. I just think
well, yeah, I know.
Let it slip.
That's funny. Well, I just want to make sure while we're talking about this and we laugh about it, and I think,
oh, you got to laugh, though.
Sickened.
If you don't,
that's what I'm saying. It's sickened a lot of people this week. And I know a lot of people have been lecturing on them about, feel this way or feel that way or whatever. But people just got to remember God's ultimately in charge, and we got to trust Him, and we've got to get out and get busy. I mean, it's a call to arms. If nothing else, it's a call for us to all recommit to the fight because it ain't looking too good for the home team right now. So we got to ante up. We got to belly up to the bar. Because I don't want to tell my kid or my grandkid as they live under a communist rule about the good old days and how when I thought we lost, I got out of the fight and we really lost then. So we've got to use this as a rallying cry. Lick your wounds, take a little bit of time, soak in a hot tub, take a drink, whatever you got to do. But renew your spirit so that you can get back in the fight. Because we're all still here and we're all still together and we're 75, 85 million strong. We are the majority. We have control. We just got to use it.
You got to have a sense of humor about it. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Just think of this. Yep. Other countries, people are getting really upset. They're going to pay $5, $6 a gallon for gas. That's guaranteed by the summer. But think of this. There's people in countries like China where you get killed and you disappear. Okay? There's a brighter side. Okay, we're not there yet. We're a long way from that happening.
Almost. Almost there, because several people got that they've been using all the different platforms to look at the video of who was at the January 6th fiasco and have been knocking on their doors. 412 Anon, as he's fondly called, or I think his name is Adele, was live on his show when he got a knock at the door from the FBI. So if you went to that event, you might be prepared And I would seek counsel before they knocked on my door if I thought I was on any kind of pictures or social media that you went, whether you were in the Capitol or not, because he wasn't, and he still got a knock. I think several other people did as well. So if you think you might be in that boat, I'd be proactive before the FBI knocked on my door, and I'd contact my lawyer and make sure I knew what my rights were and what I could and couldn't say and do. Because I don't think they're our friends. I have disagreed for quite some time after all of my research that, Hannity and all of them are always saying that the upper echelons are the ones that's corrupted in these alphabet agencies. And while I agree, I think it has infiltrated all the way through. I think they are corrupt. I don't think they're savable. I think they need to be reorganized, done away with, something drastic. But in the meantime, I don't think they're our friends. So I would be prepared.
I think I said that before. I disagreed when Hannity said the boots on the ground guys or whatever, the everyday guys.
We did like to think that they were good at one time.
I didn't. I didn't. I just knew it.
You didn't think any of the FBI was ever good, ever.
If they were, there would have been a leak or a book written. There hasn't been.
Well, no, I'm saying in years past. I'm saying way years past. I think the FBI.
I don't know. I think the CIA was all dirty all the time.
Yes, the CIA is another.
When the FBI started, maybe they had some good guys, but it just turned into the CIA on American soil.
I don't think it was ever designed to be good. I think that the reason they brought it into existence was for nefarious activities. If you go back and research, the history of it and how it came into being, it was never used for the purpose intended, and it was not needed at the time. Just like the Patriot Act, they do things under the guise of security, and it's really not.
I think the FBI turned into the domestic CIA because they're allowed to spy, and on the CIA technically is not supposed to.
And did you read that article today that the Department of, what is it, DID or something like that? DIA? One of those is buying our information some way, going around the need to subpoena it or, being bound by laws. So they're just buying it all up.
Yeah.
Well, you sound like it's new because they did this back in '94 when they spied on Congress.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. No, God only knows how long this has been going on. We've just found out about it.
It's been going on forever. Just people don't know about it.
Way longer than any of us probably ever know. Because we know that JFK was killed because of his statement that he was going to do away with the CIA. That's pretty common knowledge now.
I've had the same logic with when you hear an ad on the radio that says, thank a teacher. There are heroes, or the frontline heroes. Stop. That shit needs to stop. Okay?
Really?
Because there are bad cops, there are bad nurses, there are bad teachers, there are bad FBI agents. Come on.
And the unions make it where you can't get rid of them.
Just because you have a job as a teacher doesn't mean you're a hero. It's a job. Right? Just like you make baseball players heroes. They're not. They're playing a game.
Exactly.
Well,
half those people never even finished high school. Why would you put them on that pedestal? Why would you give their opinion any weight when, now we know, for anybody that's been researching, why most of them are celebrities in the first place. We know what they've been doing to get there. So, and then if you look at, who and where they came from and, what their capabilities are, if they did not have, an army of people making them look good, making them look smart, helping them, paying their bills, keeping them, doing everything. They do everything but wipe their butts for them. And that's the only reason they look so good. If I had that, I'd be looking really good too. I'm just saying. I'd be looking a hell of a lot better than I do now. If I had all that money and all those people willing and plastic surgeons and workout coaches and all the time to go work out and plastic surgery nip and tuck here and there, boy, I'd be looking really good. I'm just saying. But since I don't, y'all are just going to settle with what you got. Old barn fresh paint.
Our country needs a turnaround on who they think are heroes, and cops aren't heroes. They're doing a job. They're public servants. You pay them, right? Baseball players.
Absolutely.
Everybody. Here's another thing I could never understand.
I disagree in one instance. If you're willing to lay your life down to serve me, to keep me safe for money, that makes you a hero in my book. I'm sorry. I disagree on that one.
No,
teachers don't lay their lives down.
The guy that picks up the garbage
they go
could get run
classroom.
over in the middle of the night picking up your garbage. Does that make him a hero?
No.
That's a little different.
Well, you
That's
could.
a little different.
Garbage men have been killed on the road. What about guys that work on road construction?
They have. So have insurance agents, but that's a little bit different. It is not in their line of duty to lay their life down for a stranger. It is in the cops. It is in the firemen. Right. So I disagree. I believe there are heroes. They will always be heroic in my eyes. Yes, there's dirty ones because they're humans. Unfortunately, just like with the church or any other entity, that people get so upset about, the church failed me. Well, that's because you're putting your faith in the church, not in Jesus. The church is made up of fallible, sinful people that are just forgiven. That's all. They're not extra good. It doesn't make them anything extra wonderful. They're just forgiven sinners. When you give them the authority to reject you, then you're giving them the power instead of Jesus. You should go to church to be involved, and if they're a bad church, get more involved to kick the bad people out, because they're giving the Christians a bad name, is the way I say. But regardless, it's the same concept. There's going to be a few bad apples in every profession. But when somebody goes into a job making $36,000 a year or $50,000 a year, and they are kissing their families goodbye every morning so that they can, go out and try to protect my family and me, that does make them a hero in my eyes.
Here's another perspective. If we stop calling them heroes, when somebody on a police force does something wrong, which there are a lot of them that do things wrong, then it's not so bad.
Right.
Then you're not.
Ugly of every kind.
Everybody put them in the country on a pedestal like they're heroes, and then when you have one or two bad ones that make the internet on a bad video, then we got to get rid of them all. Because you put them at another level above everybody else.
That's really why they're labeled that way. I don't really believe that's why they're labeled that way. I believe the real reason that police are labeled, that disconnect is there is because of insidious anti-fascist people who change the narrative, who make it look that way. I don't think that, I really don't think that the majority of people, I think we're all pretty commonsensical for the most part, and know that there's a few bad apples. It's the people that want to make capital off of that get in and start causing all the ruckus. I think for the majority of the time. I'm sorry, I mean it respectfully say, but
well,
I think.
You're both right because they are public servants, but these people, men and women, put their lives on the line to protect us. So you both, I'll say you're both right. And
it's just to the degree, of what.
I want the body cam footage of when Doc gets pulled over. Ma'am, you're doing 120 and a 55? Well, I don't think so.
No, I bet my eyes and say, "Why, officer, I just don't know where you could get that." You know, we were on our way back home one time from a trip, and I got pulled over, and he said I was going 90, and I know I wasn't because I had my cruise control on.
Unbutton a few buttons on the blouse.
5 miles. Huh?
You unbutton a few buttons on the blouse.
And I explained it to him, and he let me off. But first thing I'd be doing is bat my eyes at him when he walked up. It's like, "Hi, officer, what can I do for you, darling?"
How many buttons down before he let you go? Just
how many what?
Buttons
How many
down.
buttons?
How many what? I didn't
How many
hear you.
buttons?
You're laughing too
how many
hard.
buttons? How many buttons down before he let you go?
How dare you? I think that was pretty nervy, Yankee, even for you. Are you kidding? It was about 3. I was joking.
You know what's funny? You laugh, but there's some videos out there of women doing that.
Well, I know, but it wasn't me. Phil D'Angelo.
Yes,
I'm just
officer.
saying.
Can I
It was
help
3.
you?
I didn't go to the 4th one. No, I'm joking.
You know, just like squeezing them together, going, "I didn't do anything wrong, officer." The cops laughing.
Some people have to squeeze them together, some people don't. Just saying.
Hey, somebody, Major Tom put out a video. Someone made a cartoon about Boogie Bumper versus Winning TV. Seriously, here it is.
Excuse me?
Somebody made a video. Boogie Bumper versus Winning TV.
Well, let's just take a peek at that.
Australian diplomacy.
Give it up, Anya, mate. You'll never use your evil kangaroo's pouches to steal all of America's water.
That's where you're wrong, Yankee Doodle. Time for a little Australian diplomacy.
Ugh! I have to think. What does it say in the United States Constitution?
407 years ago.
Well, you see, it all just trickles down.
Aha!
Oh no! If only I'd considered this. This is bloody terrible, mate. Why is my only form of weaponry something that comes back? I mean, I fucking wanted it to, but not like this, mate. Oh, I'm having a real whinge about this, a real sook. There's no way the vastly inferior metric system could have accounted for this.
When you use the devil's measurements, you always come up short. That's why only America could invent the gun.
Ah, wish I had one of those. Flat out like a lizard drinking. This is a fucking pisser, mate. Oh, Australia's not even a real country. There, I said it. Bloody spiders made it up, the cunts. It's just New Zealand like in those fucking Hobbit movies. Oh, I didn't want to admit that. I've just been bested by superior American ingenuity. I almost bloody right on got away with it, mate, and everything.
Oh, that was good. Where'd you get that?
Major Tom tweeted it out. It was from some YouTube channel. I don't know where it came
I
from.
love the cyborg kangaroos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something I thought was interesting that I saw on Twitter. Let me see if I can get rid of this. I don't want to dox anybody.
We didn't lose it when Boogie talked to me that time, did we? You saw that one clip? Don't
What's
lose that one.
Oh, no, I got that stuff.
When Boogie, I can't remember what he did. He made fun of my accent, or he teased me, or something. He did something that was funny.
This ended quick. Black Lives Matter tweeted out, I'm starting to get a feeling that the Democratic Party used us.
No. They don't say.
You think? Well, you know what is going to be funny is when our little favorite fascist people start shocking all the Dems, like they did the other night when they attacked the Democrat headquarters. I think that is going to be so funny. I am going to have to laugh over that one.
I think we talked about that last Saturday night.
Last week.
Yeah, we said I think we all agreed that Antifa doesn't like either
They're
side.
Gonna eat them.
Yep.
No, they don't like any kind of government.
They don't want anybody in
anarchists.
charge. Yeah, they just want a free for all. No government whatsoever. And BLM too is they're gonna have to unhitch their wagon from Antifa because they've been paired up all summer.
Well, they don't particularly like each other either.
Well, Antifa's been banned off of Twitter. I think 78,000 of them so far.
Well, it's nice to know Jack came to his senses a little bit.
Yeah, after Biden got in.
Yeah, no kidding. Better late than never, I guess.
We're going to take a quick ad break here, and then we'll be back. Just 2 minutes. I broke down all the ads into 2-minute blocks, so we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Sounds good.
Which one do I pick?
Eeny, meeny,
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us boobies. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy.
Oops. Still getting used to those new buttons. All right. Oh, wrong show. There we go. All right. I'm back. I don't think anybody else is back, so we can make fun of Doc. Oh. Got. Yeah, I got one right here, right now from the, oh, hold on. Wait, why does autoplay? I hate that. From the Cartnarks. Since I'm the minister of cart patrols in Boogiestan, Oh. Ah. You know what? I didn't have the sound on for the video for some reason. I could hear it, but nobody in the audience could hear it. So I'll play it again. Hey, Irrational Times. Yeah, we could all hear it, but for some reason they couldn't hear it, so I think I fixed it. Hey, IT.
I want you inside me, Cartnark.
I know you do, ma'am, but we've still got work to do.
I know you do, ma'am.
All right, Lazy Bones, why didn't you take your cart back where it belongs?
Fuck you, Cartnark. Why don't you worry about more important things than a damn cart?
The old more important things fallacy. By that logic, everyone can only spend their time curing cancer and solving world hunger 24/7. Is that where you're rushing off to right now, Lazy Bones, with your Cheetos and Hot Pockets? You going to volunteer at the local children's hospital and I'm just holding you up from your important work? Of course not. You're going to drive your portly self back to your hovel and masturbate to Sailor Moon, aren't you?
And you drive like a blind piece of feces.
Don't worry, little girl. We've got the sense of failure.
Oh, no.
Oh, hey there, Lazy Bones.
No.
The Cartnarks work for no government, but are an independent force of special agents who believe in one core principle, that the shopping cart is the ultimate test of character. If we, as a society, can't do this one simple thing, returning our cart where we goddamn well know it belongs, society has no hope. Beware, Lazy Bones, for the Cartnarks are always watching, and we will find you.
Cartnarks!
That is the best.
By the way, I see Irrational Times in the chat there, and don't forget, he's a businessman. He will write you a song, and I may have to commission him to write a song that's sort of like this.
Distracting us with dazzle, twerking vids. Royce, you're left with no defense. We all heard what
I might need a song of quite like this.
Now, Royce, stop welching on your bed.
Where's Stefan tonight?
I might need one about Yankees. Meanie-head Yankees that didn't really win a bet, but want to act like a Democrat and claim a win they didn't really get yet.
Whoa.
That really wasn't won. We just hadn't proved it totally yet, but it is coming. Just say it.
We can't forget about
have a war
it.
in the songs. Have the same guy writing competing war songs.
Watching on your bed. We wouldn't let you
Just didn't want to make it out.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. You need to do that, Rational Times. You need to get both of them to be your customer to write songs against the other one. Have a war of the songs. If you need a sample, you could make me one about the Yankees.
I did notice that Doc and Rusty were brave enough to come on, even though they, the other ones didn't come on, even though they,
They did not feel the need since they know the truth. Just saying. Poor Neil. He's been up for weeks, just almost around the clock, so he's trying to make up for his sleep. So I told him we would understand if he didn't get to come tonight. And our sweet grandma, we've got to continue to pray for her because she's still battling some things. And I was trying to think of who else in our group is facing some challenges. We've got quite a few. So hopefully everybody will be back in good form pretty quick.
Well, if you want a song written, Rational Times is the guy to go to at a really too reasonable of a price for what he does. You can't get a jingle or a show song any cheaper than a Rational Times. But he's a businessman now. Probably show up to the meeting with a three-piece suit on and a briefcase. Oh, what else we got here? You sent me something, Doc, right?
I sent you several to choose from. I didn't know what y'all would be in the mood for, but I think I sent you several funny ones.
This looks like an old one with James Woods on it. Let me see.
Oh, did I send you that this week, or was that last week?
It looks like this week.
Might have been.
Hold on. Let me
May have been before we decided to roll the programs into one.
Oh boy, that's an old one. That's a really old one. Hold on, it's taking a second to load.
Oh, okay.
And James Woods is on it. He looks old though. In this.
Well, he is getting older.
Yeah, but this is an old show. Is that James Woods or is it not?
I don't know. I can't see it yet. What show is it? What did the tape say? What did the the thing I sent you say?
Hollywood Squares did this air.
Oh, that can't probably not James Woods then. Although it could. He's been around for a long time.
Let's see. What was the question?
Shakespearean play, I know you went to Northwestern, know a lot about Shakespeare. In the Shakespearean play King Lear had three of them: Goneril, Cordelia, and Regan. Who were they?
King Lear had Goneril?
Charles, how many balls would you expect to find on a billiard table?
How many guys are playing?
When Henry Kissinger recently visited Japan, he went to a geisha house. Now, how did he spend his time in the geisha house?
Oh, negotiating for peace.
Oh, that's Paul Lynde.
Paul Lynde.
What famous story begins
Not
with the
James
discovery
Wood.
of magic beans?
Inherit the wind.
Say, Marty, we know you're from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Okay. Now, what does a person from Philadelphia dunk his pretzel in?
A girl from New Jersey.
In a real estate transaction, you are the one who was borrowing the money to buy
Lamont.
the house. Does that make you the mortgagor or the mortgagee? According to a dentist's report in the Dallas Morning News, is a person ever too old to get his teeth straightened?
Well, now that would be my second choice.
True or false? In 1912, listen carefully.
Listening.
The King of Denmark married the Queen of Norway. Today, one of their children is the King of Sweden, and another is a prince in Finland, and the third gives saxophone lessons in Philadelphia. Is that true or false?
That sounds incredible, and people can giggle and snicker if they will. But what's more unique about what you said is at one time, the King of Denmark was the Queen of Norway.
True or false? Are you all right, Paul?
Just better now.
At a recent hearing in New Jersey, opponents of fluoridated water argued that too much fluorine in a person's system can cause an uncontrollable desire for sex.
Hey, go like a man!
Say, are most stolen cars recovered?
I had one recovered in a zebra once.
Go right ahead, Peter. Japanese birds. No, I'll try that. Traditionally, Japanese brides. I will not pursue this. A Japanese bride used to shave something off at the time of their marriage. What?
Japanese
Bride.
bride
Yeah, used to shave something off at the time of their marriage. What?
shave something off at the time of their marriage.
Traditionally.
It must be hair on some part of the body. I wonder where it could be. On the whole, I would say...
A plucked chicken, a bald chicken.
Will humming help your tennis game?
This struck me funny. Will humming help my tennis game? Sure, why not? It takes your mind off your balls or something like
Oh, there's another one. Maybe we'll watch it in a few minutes. Oh, by the way, on Tuesday or Thursday, we're going to have the Great Rational Times and the lovely assistant, and J.J. Stoner and his old lady, Tuesday or Thursday, I think it's this week, play the Newlywed Game.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So, yeah, it'll be Team Jib
Are
Jab.
you going to participate?
I'll be the...
you and your lovely bride?
No, I'll be giving the questions to them.
Ah.
It's like a little...
You're going to be...
Team
what's his
Jib
name,
Jab.
Bob? What was his name, Bob?
Eubanks?
What was... Eubanks, that's right.
I thought you were going to say
I
Bob
always liked him
Uecker.
because he had a real dry sense of humor.
So, yeah, it'll be Team Jib Jab versus Team Ham World Order.
Well, that'll be very fun. Good luck to both teams.
It should be interesting.
Yeah. May the
Well-
craziest team win. We'll see if they're still speaking at the end of the game. They might or they might not.
I'm going to suggest the bet that if JJ loses, he has to do a jib jab. And if, I don't know what Rational Time should do if he loses. I got to think about that.
Write a jingle.
Write a jingle for JJ.
Write a little short jingle for JJ.
Yeah,
saying
calling
he lost
him.
or something.
Yeah, saying he's the greatest. Oh, that would be funny.
He's gonna hate us now. I'm sorry. Irrational Times. We don't mean to be mean. Like Yankees rubbing off on me. It's his fault. Just saying. Oh, can we
what
get my
else
tea?
got
I'll be
here?
right back.
Okay. So we can talk about Doc now, Rusty. She's gone.
Do you know?
What? Right.
You know the walls have ears, and I still get in trouble.
Oh, you're still afraid of her. Don't be afraid of her. Yeah.
Remember, I got dual countryship, north and south.
Maybe she'll put you on a list if she finds out you said something.
Well, that sounds great. Nothing ever bad comes from being put on a list by government. They're doing it to keep me safe. They're protecting me. Thank you for keeping me safe.
Oh, Rational Times says he'll do a song calling himself a big meanie head.
Hey, IT. See, if I had said something,
on the sword.
See, if I had said something, she would have heard. See.
I heard every word y'all said, Yankee. You just wait. Rusty is smart enough to not shoot himself in the foot. You're going to get your tail jerked. You just wait. We have more than one way to get back there.
Forget about it. Come on now, when I say Royce, you say Welch. Royce. Welch. Royce.
Rusty
we
is
can hear us
smart.
down in Florida.
Your mama raised you right, Rusty Woo. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Your mama
okay.
did not raise a fool.
Mm-mm.
Oh, what do we got here? We'll do another Hollywood Squares because we'll see if it's a funny
They're pretty
one.
funny.
Yes, sir.
I'll take Paul Lind again.
During the 18th century, it was common for a bride to sell something at her wedding reception to help pay for the cost of the wedding. What did she sell?
Her firstborn.
There is now a travel agency that specializes in nude cruises to Europe.
I bet I know how to pick the captain.
The more money you make, the more likely you are to take a drink now and then.
Is that why Catherine Kuhlman slurs her words?
When Laurie Lee Schaefer went through with it, she gave it to Terry Ann Mewson. What was it?
Oh, Hugh O'Brien.
The Vatican recently lifted its ban on female visitors to St. Peter's who wear miniskirts, shorts, or see-through blouses. But there is one condition, Paul. What?
They must swear they're all Protestant. They can get in that way. Whistles.
Who's generally better looking, a fairy or a pixie?
Looks aren't everything.
Anything bring tears to a monkey's eyes?
Learning that Tarzan swings both ways.
A friend of yours offers you to give you something called a French 75. What is that? A French 75.
Just a minute, that's 25 more than it was the last time.
I liked him. He was so funny.
Does Ann Landers think there's anything wrong with you if you do your housework in the nude?
No, but I have to be terribly careful when I do my ironing.
I liked him on Bewitched.
It used to be called
Remember?
Nine Pins. Nine
He had his
Pins.
own show,
What do we
too.
call it now?
Foreplay.
Pride, anger, covetousness, I can never say that, lust, gluttony, envy, and sloth are collectively known as what?
Oh, the Bill of Rights.
Don't worry, Irrational Times. Doc's a big meanie head, too.
I'm
There
not
are no
really. Don't you
hospitals
believe
or cemeteries in Beverly Hills.
You die there,
all
they just
him.
leave you in a Mercedes.
When a man falls out of your boat and into the water, you should yell, "Man overboard." Now, what should you yell if a woman falls overboard?
Full speed ahead.
Oh, that was mean.
What is the worst thing you can say to your hairstylist?
Think the Yankees will win another pennant?
Literature, what is it that writes and having writ moves on?
A meter maid.
Should you call the group of dancers in a ballet?
Silly savages.
That's right, Irrational Times. This is when they were funny. Now it's just They're always pissed off.
Corps de ballet. That's right. That's correct.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I put a circle there. Okay,
They were
back.
equal opportunity.
In what state was Abraham Lincoln born?
In what state?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like all of us, naked and screaming.
Why was Daniel thrown into the den of lions?
For jaywalking in Jerusalem.
How many men on a hockey team?
About half.
Sex. I agree with you.
You, sir, have an X and $600. Very good. One on personality traits. Okay, here's one on personality traits. Is a person who sits with one leg over the arm of a chair likely to be cooperative or uncooperative?
Is this person a man or a woman?
Before Virginia Graham was a talk show hostess, what did she do for a living?
She was a pilgrim.
Oh, she's sitting right near him.
Henry Kissinger recently was quoted as saying, "They aren't even sexy." What was he referring to?
The Joint Chiefs of Staff.
When a baby bangs his head against her or his crib, it is generally just before doing something else. What?
Numeral uno.
Bangs his head against the crib.
I'm glad the one thing that did change
When
was
the
the clothes.
The clothes? Oh, those clothes are styling.
Oh my god.
Back in the day.
Those big wide
Sad part about it is
collars.
a lot of it's coming back.
The leisure suit is coming back.
You ought to see. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's a leisure short set. Did you not see the latest on the runways? They have men in, like women's colors. It's got a women's cut to it, but it's a suit jacket and it's suit shorts. And then they put them with socks and these funky high heel things. That's what a man's supposed to wear nowadays. That's a man for you.
I think I'll go with the plaid suit and the white shoes.
I don't see them out there yet.
White boots like the white go-go boots they had when I was a kid is popular again. It makes me feel bad. What's old is new again. Now I understand why my mother, I'd say, "Oh, Mom, this is so cool. Don't you like it?" She'd go, "No, we had that when I was a kid. I don't like it." And I'm going, I didn't understand that. And now I get it. Yeah, bell bottoms are back. And you know what? I was just too cool for school because I was the first girl in third grade that had pink crushed velvet hip huggers that had elephant bells. They weren't just bell bottoms, they were the elephant bells. They were huge. And I just thought I was too hot. I'm just saying. They wanted to know that back in third grade. I was a trendsetter. You called me late for lots of things, but never for supper or being a trendsetter.
Elephant bell bottoms.
I was very cool, yes. And I was hot stuff, honey. Sporting my hot pink crushed velvet
Holy
hip hugger.
You know what they're selling a pair of those for now? $120.
What?
A pair of those elephant bell bottoms. I'm not kidding. They're $120.
What's old is new again. I know. Well, it was a form of what Michael Obama wore at the presidential swearing in. I'm not going to call it that inauguration.
I didn't know guys wore them.
Yeah, honey.
Really?
He wore, and if you don't believe he wore it better than most, he'll beat you up. You better be careful what you say about him.
I'm sorry, Michelle Obama.
He's got bigger muscles than his husband does.
She looks like a. I'm gonna. Can I get rid of the? Yeah, I did. I found
Michael
a picture.
Obama has bigger.
There they are.
Biceps than her husband.
There's Doc Martin styling her elephant bell bottoms. $120. Holy cow!
I have good taste on a beer budget.
Damn. You could trip over your pants if you were running.
Well, let me look at the picture you're putting in there. Well, yeah, but those were. I mean, imagine them. Hip huggers, hot pink, crushed velvet on Doc Martin, and that makes them a whole lot cuter. Just saying.
Biden wears smell bottoms. Oh,
do what?
Someone said Biden wears smell bottoms.
They need to, I saw a meme today that had the doggy collar on him and said, don't a surefire way for him not to sniff your daughter. That's sadly true.
You sent me
yeah, really. Truth, Justice, and Liberty said, don't ride a bike in them.
Yeah, holy cow.
Go head over wheels.
Caught in a chain.
Jack, sir, and something you hope doesn't fall apart while you're on it.
Why is this thing autoplay? I hate that. Can't stop it either. I've tried.
I like Wranglers and boots, Boomer. I'm a Texas gal, honey, always. God, guns, Wranglers and boots. Just saying.
One more
Never
quick.
hurts.
One more quick 2-minute commercial, and because we got IT and JJ this week, I believe, for the Newlywed Show. Here you go. Here's a 2-minute ad.
Do you like your novelty comedy songs organic? Handmade with painstaking care, put into every note? Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later. Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
Really giving that one a workout. Come on.
DLive.tv/JJ Stoner. And we love JJ here on the show.
It's the JJ Stoner Spring Collection, the perfect attire for any and every occasion you can think of this season. Like when you're in the mosh pit full of sweat and everyone's slapping, hitting, and pulling on you. This shit won't rip! Lunch at your favorite cafe? Brunch with the girls? These stylish ensembles will give you the confidence you need to look and feel your best. Or if you're getting arrested for possession, it comes with a built-in police stick-proof body armor. Keep swinging, pigs! Call now, and your order will come with a complimentary ounce of that dankest bubblegum slurricane that the South has to offer. But don't forget the wall tapestry! If you need to cover your wall, it works!
Ooh, and we're back. See, those are a little shorter than 7 minutes of ad. If your ad didn't get played tonight, it'll get played during the week. I'm kind of rotating them around, made them a little shorter so that you're not watching ads for 7 minutes in a row.
That's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a service announcement we got to pause for just a minute. My kid everybody knows Haley, my little sweetest pea, graduated in December. Well, she got an interview with Fidelity Investments and is very excited about the opportunity. However, in order for her to go further in the process, she has to pass an assessment test, and it's a very unique, very difficult math test, and it judges your aptitude. Eventually, if she took this position, then she would be able, they would pay for her to study and take her Series 7 licensing. So it would be a great opportunity for her to add that to her repertoire and her little skill bag at their expense. So, but in order for you to do that, they have this very difficult test that judges your aptitude on whether you can pass this Series 7 because it's very difficult. So she is about to take that assessment test now and is very excited about the opportunity. So if y'all would pray that she does good, I would greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that little service announcement. That, y'all have helped me pray over her for other things. So you got to keep on. It takes a village to raise a child. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Okay, you can go on, Yank.
Oh, okay.
Did I shock you or what?
Yeah, because you stopped. Usually you go and.
Oh, har. You're just very funny, aren't you, Yankee? I'm telling you. Somebody must have let you get some extra sleep or something this week because you are just being a little feisty, aren't you? You better be nice because remember, when they come get y'all, you're running to my house, so I will be fixing your food.
Ooh.
So you might want to be nice to the hand that might feed you. Just say it. Oh, and if anybody's listening, y'all be sure and let me know if you need my address to come get Yankee.
Jeez, what's this?
I'll turn him in.
I don't have this one
I
labeled.
get it. I get jokes.
Yeah. A little slow, but okay. We appreciate your effort, darling.
Here's another game show. Oh, we're like big into game shows lately. Here we go.
Name something you hope
We were
doesn't
wanting
fall
to laugh.
while you're on it.
My wife.
Has it always been difficult getting women with that red hair?
No. I've been very successful romantically, Anne.
Even at your size?
Absolutely. Don't pretend that you don't want a piece.
Your initials are CC.
CCC.
CCC.
Carly Christine Kerrigan, yes.
And they call you... Oh.
Double D.
Oh, did she just bounce?
Look at Sorry. I didn't mean to make anyone uncomfortable.
You can do that on Family Feud? This is the greatest show I've ever had.
Name a phrase some husbands dread hearing. Allison.
Honey, I'm home.
Tell me a part of the body that begins with the letter T.
Titties.
Oh, dear Lord.
And it's called soda. And Lysol is a
disinfectant.
And I like to put some of this stuff all over you. And
Shaving cream.
Hey, Dolly Danza.
I love hot chocolate, by the way.
You like hot chocolate?
Yes.
I like marshmallows in my hot chocolate.
We asked 100 people to name something that people open. Ross?
Bowels.
Bachelor number 1, how does a girl earn a little star in your little black book?
When she puts her hand in my pocket and grabs my rocket and shoots the stars.
Well, let's go, Marlene.
At least he's honest.
Married women, what does your husband do when he runs out of clean underwear?
He wears a pair of mine.
Is that your wife, Yankee?
When Sir Henry Curtis and Alan Quatermain traveled over the mountain range known as...
I just thought, wouldn't that be something if, like, the lovely assistant, or if JJ's significant other gave that answer or to something like that? Ooh, this could get good.
Sheba's breasts. What were they looking for?
I imagine the Silicon Valley.
When people talk
She was
about
always a
the
bomb
big
dropper.
one, what do they refer to?
A man's privates.
Name something couples do to spark up their marriage.
How about get together with other couples?
Top 7 answers on the board. When you were a kid, name something you used as a partner to practice kissing. Jeff.
Sister.
My husband is the first man I ever heard about who... What?
I didn't know Heisenberg made it on a TV show.
He laughs so long when he's being, romantic. He just keeps, he doesn't quit. He just keeps going. I really can turn him on. But he doesn't turn off. He laughs. He's got, he's thin, but he's strong.
If the statue...
Oh, thank you, Irrational Times. Yeah, I will fail miserably compared to your game shows, but that's okay. As long as you don't have to write a I'm a Meaniehead song, I guess that's a good thing, right? I do want to write a Doc Martin I'm a Welcher
Irrational
song.
Times, you do realize he's a Yankee, so that tells you where to set the bar. Just saying.
All the Welchers were. It was Rusty, UK Neil, Doc Martin, Grandma,
It
and
was
Stephen
not.
Sears.
Nope.
I pay my bets. I'm just saying. And if you had won, I'd be shipping it to you right as we speak. But since we really won the bet, and you're just acting like a Democrat and trying to steal the win, we are withholding payment just like the bookies in Vegas are. They're not paying their bets until March. So
as
we'll
soon
see
as
where we stand in March.
when
we'll
the bookies
revisit it in March.
When
Yeah.
the bookies pay, are you going to pay?
If maybe. It depends on what they decide to pay it over.
I thought once
If I agree with it, yes. If I don't, then no, I'll still boycott. I'm Southern. I'm stubborn.
Cue up a Welchin song there, Rational Times. Rusty,
gave up
UK
easy, I'd be a
Neil,
Yankee.
Stephen Sears, Grandma, Doc. I'm old about a tractor trailer worth of beer.
Who are these Welchers he keeps talking about there, Doc?
I don't know. I have no idea. I thought he was naming off the list of superstars in
I'm
the
old.
movement. Just
I'm
saying.
old about a tractor trailer's worth of beer here. Beerhead.
Yeah, you're going to be an alcoholic. And from now on, we'll look back fondly on these tapes, these over 100 episodes that I've put up with you, your ball and chain, and say fondly, those were the days before we turned to Phil into an alcoholic. Now he's lost his home, his business, his family, and it's all our fault.
That might be Irrational Times. That might be an extended play song.
So when you don't get your beer, we're actually helping you. We're helping you not become an alcoholic.
Where's that Welchin song?
See how that works?
It was out of concern for you, Phil. I'm just saying. We're loyal friends like that. In Irrational Times, I just want to say one little thing, honey. Would you be sure and call me or DM me if Phil hires you to write an ugly song about me? Just saying, because I might outbid him.
It
I'm
might
just
be.
hedging my bet now.
I don't know if I can
see it coming.
afford a song with 7 people.
No, I figured you'd have one just made about me.
Royce Lopez, you're welching on your bed. You know we won't forget about it. Oh no, Royce Lopez, no welching on your bed.
Dream on, Yank. Once everything comes out, we'll revisit it. If we owe it, we'll pay it. And you will rue the day as you drink your cares away up there in Yankeeville. Because they're going to be coming to get you. You're going to need it when you go off to your concentration camp. You better just hope they're going to have one hell of a party when they come to arrest you. They're going to be going, hell, we'll take him to jail after we drink all of his beer.
Yeah. They might sit down and drink it with me.
I know. Well, they wouldn't let you have any. You're a prisoner. You're just a little sheep. Remember, they don't give beer to sheep.
Good one, I
The cherry popper.
Just saying. And they'll be calling me going, do you want to testify against him? And I'll think, all those times that he threatened me that y'all don't know about to make me look ugly or to fatten my box up or just all the mean things he does to me. I would go, do I want to testify? Call me and see how I'm feeling that day. I might. So you better be nice to me, Yank.
That's a disturbing image.
Oh, here we go.
Might it be holding instead of a torch?
Grandpa's getting pretty old. Last night he put his false teeth in my milk. Milk is the answer that Myron's looking for. Let's see if we get a little milk from Patty here then.
I beg your
pardon. Oh, that was the end. I wasn't even paying attention to how long that was.
What was she on, that Patty? She looks familiar, but I've never seen. I don't recall her on anything.
Who was it? Patty who? Let me see.
I don't know what her name is.
It's just now coming across. Hang on just a minute. My delay is so much that she just flashed for a second and then now she's gone. I didn't get to see her.
I was never able to figure out. I used to watch it all the time.
Here it is. I found it. It just popped up in the timeline. It's right on the news. Biden administration to pipeline workers. You can find another job.
Oh, dear God. Is that the hot?
Nice.
From what I'm hearing, it's about, in total, 65,000 jobs in one day. He wiped out. And then
I saw
you're talking about
70.
You're talking about that's not including New Mexico and Pennsylvania and West Virginia.
It'll be interesting how many were Democrats.
Oh, there's people already really upset that voted for him that are currently making their voices heard apparently on Facebook and Twitter.
I've
been watching them with popcorn.
I've been hearing it in town. I'm not very happy with them.
Well, you know what? There are consequences for our choices, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
And when they sat by, it doesn't matter whether they were on the winning side or not. When every one of them sat there, along with all of the rhino GOPers that sat idly by as they ignored our Constitution and formalized an election that we know was fraudulent, then you know what? You get what you get. You should have thought of that before you sat there and let them trample on the Constitution, because you know what? Now they're doing it to you. You can't do a damn thing either. And we're going to sit there and laugh because you're in the same pot we are. So welcome to hell.
And
That's what I got to say.
And I have constantly been very consistent on this, telling people straight to the camera, they stole your vote, whoever voted for Bernie or whomever, you just got the shaft too.
Yeah, and Bernie, I wonder what they used to buy Bernie off this time with. You know, last time he got several houses and some hot rods, and his wife got out of trouble because remember, his wife was the president of that college or university that she did some real shady stuff with buying land, got all these investors, you know, did all this stuff, and nothing ever moved on it.
They got bankrupted.
As guilty as sin. I researched that. I mean, that woman was dirty, and they got the charges dropped against her.
The college went bankrupt.
But they still had charges against her, and even they brought them after. I think it was. I can't remember if it was during or after its bankruptcy. And she still fought him over it for a while, going, "Oh no, I didn't do anything bad." And they're going, "It's they're in black and white, lady." You know, again, they just think if they blatantly look you in the face and lie, that you're gonna accept their lie.
Well,
but with all the Democrats, they have, you know, people that will, of course, shake each other's hands, and took care of her and got those charges dropped.
I forgot. Go ahead, Russ.
It seems like Bernie got a nice comfy chair and mittens.
Yeah.
With everything on the internet lately.
Victor had a good
everybody's favorite meme.
Thursday. Victor and I were talking about. I forgot about this, but we were thinking along the lines of they're going to use Hunter and hang that over Joe's head to get him to resign on his own, so they don't have to use the 25th Amendment. That way Joe can go away with some dignity, and they'll just say we won't, we won't put Hunter in prison for 10 years.
Well, he may have already made that deal with them.
Could be.
Just saying, we don't know why.
Could be.
We don't know.
Could be why he's writing all these executive orders and doesn't care if it pisses
that he doesn't even know what they are.
Right, and he doesn't. He doesn't care.
Leaving with dignity is one thing he cannot do. It's too late for that.
Well,
the man, you can't.
That's better than getting
devoid of morals and have any dignity. Sorry.
That's better than getting knocked out with the 25th Amendment, though. I mean, that's just not going to be good for his legacy. Remember, they always worry about their legacy, so he's going to step down because of health reasons or something like that.
Joe's biggest problem with his legacy is Joe.
Oh.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I just have a sneaking feeling that things are still going to come out about this. I still think there's more coming out. I don't know if it'll change things or not.
Gotta have faith.
I surely do hope that there is justice one way or the other. God doesn't like ugly.
Constitutionally,
he is not going to prosper in the long run.
Even if they find out constitutionally, you can't just take Joe out and put Trump in. So.
Well, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying some people are saying that, and that's not in the Constitution. It's not going to happen.
They covered that, I think, on Pirate Radio last night. But
I didn't hear that show, but what I think they would do is they would have to impeach Joe and then Kamala's president anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. I think that's the plan anyway. So with differences of opinion,
there could be one other scenario though. What if, in the process of all of this stuff coming out about Biden, that stuff comes out on Kamala as well? And what if, during all of this, it comes just blatantly apparent that the election was fraudulent, and the military steps in, to have a re-election. Could that not happen?
That'd be a military
I didn't ask
coup.
for Trump to be put back in, but I would like a chance to vote again where my vote actually counted.
There's nothing in the Constitution, so that would be a military coup. And that'll cause a lot of trouble.
How would the Constitution empower them to do something if we were under the foreign influence?
If they both got caught, then it would go to Speaker Pelosi.
Probably Nancy.
Pelosi.
Yep.
Nancy.
And then she would pick a vice president.
She would be required to have another election?
No.
Or does that, and that may be whenever the Congress elects them. I don't know.
It would be 4 years of her, or 3 year, or whatever years of her, until an election. So you're looking at like a doomsday scenario either way.
Praying over Biden.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. We better be praying for his health. Because at least he's, I don't know. I think Kamala or Nancy, either one of those would be worse.
Yeah,
I would just like a scenario to where we could get a re-election. That's the scenario I think would be most, at this point, that would make me the happiest if it could be. But
unfortunately, it's not in the Constitution, so it would ride down to the next person. There's a succession. So if Joe and Kamala it goes to Pelosi. If she's got caught up in it, it goes to the next person down, which is, I don't know, Secretary of State, I think. It just keeps going down the line.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there was something cataclysmic that would show a lot of them to be bought too. I don't know.
2024 would be the only next.
What's that saying? My brother-in-law always says that if hopes and wishes were candy and nut, we'd all have a Merry Christmas or something. I can't remember. I'll have to think about that one. It's funny though.
Yeah, it just keeps riding down the line. That's the way the Constitution's written, because they never envisioned a scenario where the whole entire government was corrupt.
No.
Who'd have ever thunk it? Well, actually, they did kind of envision it in some areas, but unfortunately, we've let it diffuse onto both sides. So there's not it doesn't matter who got it. There's not a white horse or a white knight on any level in our government at this point.
It's just a bad thing.
It's just a bad
It's going to be bad, yeah. If it got down to the military, that would be bad. Because you're going to have all these nuts that say you're doing this because you don't like them, blah, 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 whatever. It'd be the same.
Oh, well, yeah, but you're always going to have that no matter what.
You'll have a lot of civil unrest. It'd be a mess. It'd be an absolute mess.
It's going to be a mess. Unfortunately, I'm fearful that it's going to be a mess no matter which way we go.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are so many. You just let them keep stuffing all of this crow and all of these EOs and crush our economy and our jobs, and them do away with everything we've accomplished in the last 4 years. And there's going to be a lot of patriots that are not going to sit back and keep taking that.
Actually, I know it's not a good thing, and I'm not happy about it, but it's actually a good thing that they're doing it this fast. That they're slamming everybody, because you've got a lot of people going that voted for him. They're going, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
Yeah. They need to be red pilled.
So I almost think the more he keeps it up, the more he keeps doing executive orders. That's why I was against executive orders, because he's signed over 20 in 3 days. That's insane.
Well,
That's
the
more
saddest
than
part about it is because they have control of the Congress and the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will ram through laws to back them up very shortly, where they won't just be EOs that could be undone.
Just
if
like
there ever was a rogue element that ever got through again. But I was seeing this last night on Sandra's show. What they're really saying to everybody is, don't y'all ever, by them hunting down Trump and trying to get, all of his people, everything from their degrees taken back to Lynn Wood, they're trying to revoke his license. And he donated $1 million to, I think it was Mercer College, and they had named a auditorium after him. And now they're threatening to take away all of it and do all these ugly things to him after they have been his bosom buddy for years. And, they're just going after tooth and toenail everybody that was active in the Trump administration or the MAGA movement. And I'm just saying.
Well, that's a bad thing, because when you do that,
it's a really bad thing that enrages people.
Not just for their life, it gets people going. Why are you doing
and
this?
And it shows you, yes, because there supposedly is a lot of Democrats that did not want do not want them to hunt down the losers, because there's a lot of people that think still that it could be them on the other side of the losing track next time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the pendulum will swing.
They're not as woke as us and realize that we'll never have another unswayed election.
I know it's a bad thing, but
if we don't do something.
Hope they keep doing this. Hope they keep pouring it on, because the pendulum, hopefully it doesn't swing too far to the right, but that's what happens historically. Historically, it swings the other way. And the farther they go to the left, the farther that pendulum's going to swing the other way.
Back to the right. I'm sure hoping.
No, that's just go through 5,000 years of history. That's what it is.
I know.
Every time somebody goes crazy on one side, the other side.
How long it's going to take to swing back is the only issue.
I think in this day and age,
I'm hoping it's going to make it snap like a rubber band.
You're already seeing rumblings from unions and Democrats that voted for him, and it's only been a week. Not even a week.
It hasn't even been a week, right?
No. So that's quick for people to go, whoa, what are you doing? Or, that's quick.
If that ain't a red pill, I don't know what is.
We ever get in another good president, I would hope they address the executive order thing finally and just nip it, stop it. They got to do something, because you can't have a guy come in from the other side and write 30 executive orders in the first day or the first 2 days. That's not how it's supposed to work.
Or limit. If that.
It's supposed to be somewhat limited, but they're just writing laws from the Oval Office now, and that's just got to stop.
Yeah, that's not how our government is set up.
No, absolutely not. You get a law passed, the president signs it, and that's a law.
In addition to that, we need to take it a step further, because the courts need to stop acting like activists as well and rule on constitutionality rather than their political bias. Because when each one of them does this, they're trying to usurp the power of the other branches. And it's like a little turf war all the time.
Yep.
And they each have a role. The Constitution lays it out very clearly.
Just like,
and the court is supposed to be a check and balance. And even they, at this point, are corrupt. We don't have a branch of government other than the military. And that, is iffy in spots, that has not been compromised. So that's where we as patriots have got to step back in and go, you know what? No, we're not going to allow this.
Just like all of his executive orders on immigration, there's laws on the books. A president should not be sitting in the Oval Office and signing an executive order saying, well, guess what? That law doesn't matter. I'm circumventing it.
Or
he's violating the law.
If they do have to do, compromise and allow it, then maybe they should put in there some kind of clause like that this has got to be, in order for it to be continued to be actionable, that they have to pass a law within a certain amount of time to back it up, or, it's negated. That way it limits the length and duration of the EO if they can't do away with it totally.
you can't trust them. They always just
I understand
do whatever
that.
they
I
want.
understand that, but I'm
That's
just
why
saying
we
that would
have.
be better than nothing
That's
if
why
they
we
won't
have
do
a
it.
Supreme Court.
Why would
I
they
don't want a
voluntarily
president.
choose not to?
I don't want a president that says I have to do this executive order because I don't. This law is wrong. That's why we have a Supreme Court. That's what that's there for.
Yeah, but when the Supreme Court doesn't do their job, what's your remedy?
That's constitutionally sound. That's what you're supposed to do.
I understand that.
You
but
can't
we're
have
living in
the
very
problem.
unthought of.
That's why we got a president that just signed 20 executive orders in 2 days. Is
He
because
has no idea what they are.
Well, that doesn't even matter though. You can't have a guy just writing executive. I don't like this law. Here's an executive order. I don't even want to bother trying to go to the courts over it.
Right.
Well, I agree with that, Phil. But what I'm saying is, when you live in the real world, you got to think about who's got to vote on that. You got to think about whether it's viable to be able to get it done, and when not, get what you can, and then keep fighting for the rest.
Well, that's why
That's what I'm saying.
That's
just
why
like Trump did.
That's why the last 3 days are the last 3 days, because the other side gets in power.
I understand that.
And they just
But
do whatever they
it's
want.
also because we have a Supreme Court that has abdicated its duty.
Well, none of these laws that he's on immigration have ever come up to the Supreme Court for an argument. So it's not like anybody even tried or even took it to the court.
No, I understand, because they're not going to voluntarily vote to limit their own power. That's what I keep telling you. You know, you're asking them to, it's like asking them to implement term limits, even though, you know, I'm kind of in agreement with James. I used to think that term limits was the answer, but I'm kind of seeing that's not really the situation now. So, you know, sometimes the real world is not where you get the perfect choices. But I will tell you this, the way I see Trump's success is what keeps me repeating this, and that is the only reason that President Trump has been so successful both in business and politics is because he doesn't ever take no for an answer. When they say no, he backs up and finds another way around it, or he'll negotiate with them and say, okay, I'm going to take this for now, and then I'm going to come back and hit you hard for the rest later. And he usually gets it. So I'm just saying, in a less than perfect world, if you have to, the best way to hedge that would be to put limits on it where, you know, they'd either have to vote to repeal it or adopt a law that would support it. And that way it still has to bounce back to the Congress and the Senate.
They've got to do something about the executive order. I don't care what they can't have a president.
I'm in agreement. I don't think it should.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I'm in agreement because they're taking the power from the people. Is what they're doing.
He's
they
bypassed.
Think it's about power, turf for us.
Well,
it's
if he wants
our
immigration
power
laws changed, then it's got to go to Congress. They got to write a bill. It goes to the Senate, and then it comes to him. But now he's just saying,
people's power is.
He's just saying, oh, there's an immigration law? Ah, fuck it. I'll just write an executive order, and it's over.
And you know what that does is it gives the middle finger to the people that we have elected to make those decisions.
Yep.
And
I don't like it. I'm in agreement with you. I don't like EOs, but I'm just saying, if we can't get that with, you know, with with the Dems controlling both the House and the Senate, then if we could even get them just to say, okay, if you don't either repeal the law and put one in that supports it, then, you know, this EO is not going to be good for a very short amount of time. You know, in that way, it can't be indefinite.
That, and they've got to take care of the War Powers Act, because we're firing up troops into Syria right now. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, because Biden owes all the war machines. They all want their piece of the pie.
We're headed right back in.
We're not at war.
But
I'm going to tell you, North Korea is the biggest one I'd be scared of. I'm sorry, Rusty.
That's okay. The thing is, when Obama hit DACA, right? Now, that's not his job. It's Congress's job.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went to Congress. They didn't want it. They threw it to Trump. Trump says, he's saying my job. Threw it back to them. They're trying. You can't. DACA is like another thing.
It's back, by the
he
way.
is actually trying. Doesn't surprise me. Congress doesn't seem to want to do their job, and doing this through the president is taking also power away from Congress.
Mm-hmm. And Congress is elected. That's the people's voice. We elect them to represent us. So when they do that, they're giving the people the middle finger. They're taking their power away. They're taking our power away because they're saying that the people that we elected to vote for us is null and void because we don't count. So that's what people need to remember. You know, it usurps our power when they allow the EOs.
They're
I'm in
talking
agreement
about
with you, Bill.
canceling student loan debt because of all the executive orders he wrote. So now they got to give somebody something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how they get away with that one, but whatever. I still don't get. What about all the people that paid already? Do they get a refund?
Yeah, I just paid my last, wrote my last check to the university for Haley.
I'm still
I'd
paying
dearly love
mine.
to have all that money back.
I mean, it's not. How
And
can
what,
you do
yeah, are they
that?
going to go? How far back are they going to make this retroactive to be fair?
I don't know. I mean, there's no.
And
They
if
just
your
say stuff.
degree is $120,000 for underwater basket weaving, and my degree is only $30,000. How are you going to make that the same? How are you going to fix that inequity?
Yeah, I don't know.
And what about the people that don't have kids?
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't
They
go to
pay
college,
for it.
but they're, yeah. But, I mean, let's say they never had kids. And they see all these other people getting money back. They're going to be going, excuse me, I would have gone if I'd known you'd pay for it. And then they're going to sue and want their reparations. And then, that's coming next is, they're going to be rearing their ugly head about this thing about reparations again very shortly. And I want to know what he's going to do when all of this commercial property goes belly up. Because you know what? These companies, particularly with Biden at the helm, these companies are not going to be bringing their people back into the office. Okay, good night. They're not going to be bringing the people back into the office. They're going to be telecommuting a lot. And all of this commercial property is doomed. I mean, we have got a mess coming towards us that people do not get.
Oh, it's
and then
good.
with him shutting us down, our economy, with putting us back in the Paris Accord, all the ways they're going to drain us dry. We are in serious, serious trouble.
He's promised them $1 trillion in Paris to make up for the time that we weren't in it.
Oh,
dear God.
Yeah, $1 trillion. It's crazy.
Well, all I can say is, it's like that somebody I saw said today, America's about to be put on a diet. So I'd be getting ready, people.
Boy, people are getting mad. The Indian tribes are getting angry because they were getting money from the pipeline. I knew that, but apparently the left didn't.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the pipeline going through Native American lands. They were getting lands. They were getting residual checks for that.
Yeah,
now those checks are gone.
POTUS, had them negotiate that. Remember? And then don't you remember when, I think it was 2016 election, he had all those chiefs come forward that were coming to his rallies and did support for him and all that. Don't you remember?
Mm-hmm.
It's because, see, he values every human being. He shows respect to our military, didn't put them in cold garages to sleep. He honors all Americans of every color, every nationality, every religion, everything, because he believes that the thing that unites us all is being Americans and believing in freedom. And, the world is going darker if America doesn't find a way to deal with this. It's going to become a very dark
you know what?
So we've got to pray that the Lord will help intervene.
I still have a lot of faith that things will work
Mhm.
out some
Me
way,
too.
somehow. No matter how negative people want to be, you can't go there. Otherwise, you might as well just say give up, because you got to
That's
have
right.
some faith. You got to
That's
feel it in your
right.
heart.
It's going to get really ugly before it gets any better. It's only 4 years, you know. If the uglier it gets, I'm telling you, what's going to happen? It's going to swing dramatically
It isn't just
to
going
the
to
other
be 4
direction.
years, Phil. That's the problem. If we didn't have a fair election last time or the time for that, how are we ever going to have another free election?
Well, they can't. If it's really bad and their approval ratings like 30%, which I anticipate it being 30 to 38% by the end
That's
of
it.
4 years, if they keep this up, well, you're still going to have the environmental people are out there cheering, Rusty. Go look at Twitter. There's like thousands of them going, "Yay!" You know.
That's yeah, but it was to be a lot more than 30, I believe.
What do you mean 30?
You said 37 disapproval rating. I think it's going to be a lot bigger than that.
No, I don't think so. It'll be probably
I do.
because the media will pad it, even if it's lower. They'll just say,
The
they're not
media
going
can
to
do
put.
whatever the hell they want. But,
They're not
but
going to
when-
put.
but
They're
when
not
you
going to put
need
as
a-
a.
when you need a job.
They're not going
and
to put
you
his
ain't got a job.
They're not going to put his approval in the 20s, Rusty. That's never going to happen. Even if it was, they're not going to tell you that. You know.
It doesn't matter what they tell us. It's the point of the round table, your family at the round table. How are you going to take care of your family?
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what
though.
matters.
That's what
it
I'm
doesn't matter what they say, though.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. In 4 years, the media will have him in the 30s, 38% approval, and how are you going to explain a victory then? I mean, he won't be running; it'll be Kamala, but
right.
You can't. How are you going to cheat that? If it's in the 30s,
Oh, they'll find a way.
they'll
I'm
never
afraid.
put it. Even if it was 15%
They wouldn't
approval,
let
like
it show,
Congress,
but-
yeah, they'd never ever let you see that.
They'd let it, you would never know it. That's the problem.
But you don't know how woke. I mean, look at right now. Thousands of people, them lefties are waking up what's going on. Do you think they're still going to convince these people that he's above 30%?
I don't know. You know, the media got people to believe a lot of things in this last election that weren't true. Even reasonable people believe them.
But reality hits. What they tell you is different.
They're very good at saying things over and over and over, and then if that doesn't work, they change the wording and keep saying that over and over and over. They're good at manipulating people. They've been doing it for 70 years.
Well, this is true.
Why do you think CNN's still on the air? They've lost money year over year. Their ratings are terrible. I mean, look at the number of people watching them. What's that?
It's up for sale now. AT&T's trying to unload it, but they were willing because the left-wing LibNet that was running it at the time.
They're willing to take a loss.
Didn't care how much they lost if it furthered his activist cause.
Right.
He had to step down, and there's a new guy in charge, and he has got it on the chopping block. But the issue is they've only had one company that's interested. Who wants to buy a loser like that?
Even Fox News, though. Fox News is in the toilet because
going down.
Yeah, but they don't care. They'll run at a loss. They just don't care. Except now they're going to try to make sure that nobody can stream content and talk about news. That's what they're working on now. That's what everybody's got to be worried about.
Of course.
Because then you'll only get your news from them.
That's right. And they're all owned by 6 news corporations only. 6 corporations will own all of the information that we get.
And anybody who streams
pretty
out
much-
there listening, don't stream any copyrighted news coverage because that's a felony now. Yeah, that's a felony. It's in that coronavirus bill.
How do you know if it's copyrighted?
You can tell. It'll say copyright. Usually it does. Usually anything on YouTube is okay, but you got to be careful if it's I think Kitty B was trying to explain. I haven't read the thing yet. I probably should, to find out what can get you in trouble and what can't. But like if you tried to stream, some people do it. Like Tucker, the entire show, that'll get that's a felony now.
Oh wow.
Same thing with Hannity or any news. If you try to sit there and stream news while it's live, I think that's a felony.
I mean, like clips.
I think they're clips on YouTube. If you're talking about it, like Daywave, Revenge of the Sith gets around it by they're a comedy show, so they make fun of the clips. Right. But apparently, if you're running the clip and then analyzing after, that might get you.
So you just can't run it and move on.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it works. That you've got to stop it, because it's a felony now to run copyrighted material. Like music, don't even try to do that.
Yep. That will get you in bad trouble.
Like Trovo is not an American company, so if you try to run any copyrighted stuff, you'll get a strike on Trovo because of the international law, which is even more strict than U.S. law. But I got to look into that felony they squeezed through. They hit it in that bill. That is a felony to run copyrighted material. You got to watch out for movies, anything like that. That's why I think they started running trailers, because that's legal, public domain, whatever. And then they stop it and talk about it. So, as they're going through it, just to make sure. But yeah, you got to be careful of that, Russ. I got to look at that law.
Yeah, I mean, that's not fair to anybody who doesn't even know what the hell it is.
Well, they sure as hell didn't advertise it. That's for sure.
They don't care. They want to get you. They want to make an example of you where everybody else stop because they want to control it.
Well,
that plays right into them.
It was all part of stopping, anybody giving news that didn't come from corporate news. The corporations were getting Fox News, CBS, NBC, ABC
hammered.
Were getting upset because they're losing viewers and losing money. So they got Congress to slide that into that coronavirus relief bill. What that had to do with coronavirus, it had nothing to do with it. But it was a way to help CNN and MSNBC.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Just like now they're talking about...
Because it really plays to their narrative, too, because it allows the indoctrination to continue.
Now, if Kamala gets in, Joe apparently refused to sign this executive order, but they were talking about getting rid of Newsmax and OANN, or whatever it is, OWN. They were going to try to...
Freedom Act.
They were going to try to force the internet to take them down and not allow them to stream on Roku or anything. They were going to have, they were going to have them taken down.
The TV, the radio as well, because they're trying to re-implement the fairness doctrine.
Yep. They brought it up again. They're gonna ram that through.
Yeah,
but if you got to be worried, because if Joe does leave, which I anticipate he will, Kamala will sign those executive orders. I don't think she cares. She'll just sign them. So and any bill that comes across her desk, like the Fairness Doctrine or whatever, she'll sign it.
Oh, yeah.
So, no doubt.
Well, it's going to be interesting, but that just is all the more reason that we've got to be at the top of our game. So everybody needs to hitch their drawers up and get ready, because we got a big fight in front of us to take our country back. And I'm not giving up on that. I don't care what they do. They can do anything they want, but they're not going to take that away from me. Because that's what I want for my child, my grandchildren. So I can kiss my grits.
Well, so don't despair is what I'm saying. We might have to go through 4 years of hell, and I hope they just keep ramping it down your throat, because, like I said, the pendulum will swing really far to the right if they don't watch it.
Yep. Yeah,
and it'll be ugly.
You're going to have so many Democrats jump ship.
From what I hear, yeah, exactly. You're going to have Joe Manchin. They're all going to run for the hills if this keeps up. All the decent ones. Like, you'll see a few state legislators start to switch. It'll start out like that. But if they keep going like this, 100 miles an hour with the leftist agenda, you'll see more and more of them switch.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on where they are. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
And the harder your area gets hit, and if it's slightly red, you'll see Democrats flip. Because, I'm in a way, I'm not surprised. I kind of thought they were going to go full bore. And Victor thought the same thing, that if the Democrats got in, God forbid, they were going to go nuts.
He said he was going to.
Yep. A lot of people didn't think he'd do this.
Kept his promise.
Yep. A lot of people thought, oh, nah, he won't. But he sure as hell did the first week.
You're kidding yourself.
But
they are foaming at the mouth.
You know what's going to be interesting, and I'm not going to be happy about it, trust me. But when gas prices get between $5 and $6 in New York State, oh wow! When Obama was in and that happened, remember his approval rating, I think, dropped down to like 42% or something when gas was $5-6 a gallon. But the only problem with Biden is he has no plan to fix it. You know what I mean? He wants it to be $5 or $6, $7, $8 a gallon.
Yeah, they want it painful.
So you're going to see people really get pissed. People that voted for him, too.
Couldn't happen to a more deserving group.
That's why he might be the first president in a long time that's below 40%. When it all is said and done. If he gets to 4 years, which I don't think he will.
And here, Congress is only, 3%?
Something like that, yeah.
It's bad.
It's really low.
Mm-hmm.
It's below 10
and
for
again,
the first time
just
ever.
Couldn't happen to more deserving people.
Yep.
And then I think, when all this other stuff starts coming out and, hopefully, I hope it still comes out that all this stuff about Hunter and everything, because Karma has a real strange way of catching up with us a lot of times. Just saying.
I still think
laid plans of mice and men.
I still think that's going to be a deal of how they get rid of Joe. That'll be the deal.
Hope,
well,
I hope not.
I hope not.
I know.
Because
I think it could be. Could have already been struck, but I hope not, because I sure would love some level of justice. And, the good Lord has a way of sometimes making unexpected things happen.
I have no clue why Congress is on a 2-week recess. Pelosi called it, and that was it.
Well, it might be the same reason that Kamala Harris has a blank schedule. And Biden, after noon today, I think it was, didn't have anything else until Monday.
Well, I always thought he was going to do the same thing he did in the campaign he was going to be hidden away most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he will.
When you
It's the only
start
way
to
they
see
can control things.
what you got to be nervous about is when you start to see Kamala be more active with Joe hiding.
Than him.
That means
Yep.
the switch off is going to happen.
They're getting her ready.
I think so, because like I said, I saw an article about how Joe's not all there from an inside staffer. Come on, that stuff doesn't leak out in the first week, right? The first week it's
not
leaking
usually.
out.
Mm-hmm.
That Joe's not all, he forgot his words or something, forgot what he was talking about. That right there, that's like, they do this all the time. Just like with the coronavirus stuff. They would leak stuff out little by little, and then, to get you prepped up for it.
Mm-hmm. Best way to break it to you is slowly. Boil the frog,
The 2-week recess might be because they don't want to do anything until the impeachment thing. I think that Congress comes back and boom, it's impeachment time. That's the only explanation I got.
The only thing I saw about it was that Turtle was wanting to, I believe it's scheduled for like the 1st of February, and that would be exactly when they would be coming back.
Yep.
Maybe I thought they pushed it back a little bit further than that.
No, it was the first week of February. From what I heard, it's the first week of February. But why aren't they giving Biden his coronavirus bill? He promised would be in the first week, first couple weeks, that $2,000, whatever. They're not working on that at all.
Interesting.
Somebody said on Twitter that the people in Georgia are flipping because they were all promised from Warnock and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they were promised. Yeah, they were promised by Ossoff and Warnock about $2,000 in the first 2 weeks when Biden's president.
Or Assenhoff.
Yeah, all these people in Georgia are pissed because they're not doing anything about it.
Useful idiots.
Yep. Well, so solly jolly. I think it's kind of funny myself.
Yeah, it's chickens are coming home to roost, so to speak.
Amen.
They could have the Congress. My district isn't decided yet, by the way. They're still fighting it out. Last I heard, she was in the lead, and he took it to court again. So I don't know what's going on.
I like her because she's a fighter and she's not giving up. I like her already. I don't even know who she is.
The media here hates her, so
of course.
Yeah, they're making
you should like her, maybe.
They're making it sound like she's the one that's delaying his victory and all, but she's been in the lead like consistently until he comes up with votes that were in somebody's desk,
Typical.
Yep, that's what's been happening. They found votes in a desk, so that put them in the lead. But I guess they found out those votes aren't legitimate, so they took them away. So could be the 2-week recess is to send everybody home and get feelers out about. But I think that's a mistake because they made a lot of promises to people about money, and people aren't going to be happy that they're waiting 2 more weeks. And Congress is, even though they got both houses and the presidency, they're still going to take forever to write something and send it over to them.
Haven't they learned that Congress never keeps their promises?
I guess they thought they were the exception.
Well, first it was $2,000, I guess, and then it got switched to $1,400. Now it's we'll do it when we come back from vacation.
When we feel like it.
Yeah. I think they will pass it, but the more they drag their feet on it, I'm fine. They're just pissing more people off. That's all.
Yeah. Take 3 weeks off.
Well, every day they're not in power, hopefully they're not spending more money or doing something else nefarious. So I say let them.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to get a lot worse, but that's a bad thing, but it could be a very good thing. You wanted people to wake up? Oh, they'll wake up. By the summer, they'll be wide awake, going, what
They'll
the
be
fuck?
very awake.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, it may not even take that long.
He signed an executive order about $15 an hour federal minimum wage. I don't know if that applies to everybody yet. I got to find out about that, too. That he raised the federal minimum wage to 15. That would be across the board, right? Or is it just federal employees?
Oh, who knows?
I don't think he can do it nationwide by executive order, but how?
I think it was only federal employees.
$15 an hour? I've seen enough videos from restaurants. I worked in restaurants, too, when I was younger. They won't survive.
All they'll do is automate. Yeah, they'll just automate it.
Yeah.
People lose their jobs.
If they stay open.
Yeah. But people like McDonald's, they're already moving to all of that self-service thing. And we've got several Walmarts here that are totally automated now. There are no more.
Well, regular sit-down restaurant can't automate, though. You know what I mean? A dinner restaurant.
Yeah, but you can close them due to COVID.
Well, what I'm saying is if they raise it to 15, that'll just wipe all of them out. Or most of them.
Yeah,
because they're talking.
With that's what I'm saying.
They're talking waiters, busboys. Yeah, waiters, busboys, everybody getting $15 an hour.
Yep. Nobody will be able to afford to go out and eat. That will really hurt their business.
What I keep telling people who don't understand, when you raise the minimum wage, everything else goes right back up too.
Yeah. It's a no-win situation. If you artificially inflate wages, and the people on Twitter are just brain dead when I tell them, if you raise wages, even Amazon, okay? Amazon, and the person's logic was Amazon makes record profits. They can afford to pay people $15 an hour. They have what's called profit loss, okay? They project their profit to be $2 billion. They raise the minimum wage. Their profit is $1 billion. We lost $1 billion. That's how business looks at it. They don't look at it as $1 billion profit. They look at it as $1 billion loss in profit. That's how it works.
And then the board gets booted because they're not managing the company well enough to meet their projections.
Exactly. And what do? They raise the prices to get to that $2 billion.
They are never going to take a loss.
No. And they're never going to take a loss on their profit either.
Nope. They're going to pass it always along to the consumer, always.
Amazon
and the consumer is not going to be able to afford it and then stops eating out, and it becomes a vicious cycle.
Amazon's not going to say, okay, we only made $15 million this year, but at least we paid everybody $15 an hour. No, they're not going to do that.
They don't give a shit. They do not care.
But I'm just using Amazon as, it could be anybody, though, right down to the smallest restaurant. So a small restaurant is going to break even so that they can pay people $15 an hour? It makes no sense. I don't even think you're going to break even when you're paying people $15 an hour in the restaurant business.
No, you wouldn't, because their margin is too slim. They barely make it.
Exactly. Between insurance.
It has the highest rate of failure and the slimmest chance of success. and the lowest margin of profit of just about any industry. I mean, they have a set of challenges that a lot of businesses never even imagine.
Especially
from high turnover of staff to dealing with the spoilable product. I mean, there's just so many different things.
The health
It's very difficult for them
inspectors.
to succeed.
If you got a liquor license, good luck with that because your insurance bill
Wow.
is going to be through the roof.
Well, that includes somebody. Well, I guess if you're a small business, a new business, and it's like a family owned, you're okay. But if you're a new business and have like one or two people, it's still hard.
Yep. Yep, because when everything's $15 an hour, or everybody's $15 an hour, that means if you get products from a manufacturer, right, shipped to you, well, guess what? Those prices just went up because they got to pay all their factory workers double what they paid the high school kids to come in during the summer. They were paying them $9 an hour. Now they got to pay them more. You're going to get charged more when you buy products for your business, right? When you buy materials, right? It doesn't work out for anybody. What you're doing is you're just moving the amount of money that you take home up, but you're sending out just about the same amount of money that you took in. So it's just an even trade.
That usually puts them in a higher tax bracket too, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Biden has promised to up our taxes. So our taxes are fixing to go up dramatically again, guys. Oh, and that holiday from the payroll taxes, that's going to cease.
Yep. This year, right?
Well, POTUS was looking at making it permanent, but they'll just take it away. Yeah, so it'll come back very shortly.
And when people say that was only for the rich, that's a flat out lie.
That's a lie.
I know a lot of people that got more in their paycheck after that. That's just a flat out lie. And why would you?
Surely.
Someone makes a good point, Daisy. Why would you? High school kids go to work at McDonald's, Burger King, fast food joints. I worked at a restaurant as a busboy when I was in high school. They're not going to hire those kids anymore. They're not going to hire the college kids. They're just looking for extra money during the summer. Or money for a car in high school. They're not going to hire the seniors at McDonald's that they hire that supplement their income. They're not going to hire them anymore. So you're going to have less money out there. The whole theory that you're going to have a lot more money out in the... They just don't understand economics whatsoever. Major Tom, and I had to stop reading it because the person he was talking to was insane. But Major Tom was having a conversation with somebody who thought if you just print more money and give it to people, that, everything will be fine. Everybody will have more money. There'll be more money in the economy. Well, the money's got to come from somewhere, so they raise taxes. You don't, And when they raise taxes, everybody's prices go up. You don't. They didn't get it. They just think print $5 trillion and just give it to people. It's like, are you mental?
And it weakens the dollar.
Well, not just that. The price of everything goes up.
Yeah.
And inflation happens, which makes the prices go up even higher.
Happy days.
Man, if you just print money, why don't we all just get a printer and just print $100 bills all day, right? That won't affect anything. I'll just have more money.
Oh my gosh.
These people are outright crazy. UBI was the other thing the person was talking about. universal basic income.
Oh, please.
So, why work? Just stay home and collect a check from the government, right?
Exactly. That's productive.
Yeah. Why work? Or just work part-time, and the government will give you the rest, right?
Well, isn't that the same concept that made our welfare system so successful?
Yeah. And the same theory.
Keep them dependent on it and give them very little.
Just print the money and give it to them.
Oh, yeah.
Are you insane? Yeah, it just doesn't have to come from anywhere. That's all. Let's just print it.
Just print it.
Better off getting like monopoly money.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a go back system anyway, so that's basically what we're doing anyway, but it's going to exacerbate it horrifically.
Yeah, that person was insane because he said eventually you'll need a garbage bag of $100 bills to buy a loaf of bread. You do know that, right?
Just like Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yep, just like Venezuela.
Just like it. Hey, guys, sorry to interrupt, but in the midst of all this bad news, I will give you a little positive update. Haley just finished her assessment test and feels like it went well.
Awesome.
So, y'all be sure and say a prayer. I don't know when she finds out formally, but y'all be sure and say a prayer for her because she's kind of excited about this, I think.
So she'll be making big money, right?
She'll make good money, and they will pay for her to go back and study and take her Series 7.
Hey, Royce.
Which you'll
stop watching on your bed. We won't let you forget about it. Yeah, Royce Lopez. He's watching on his bed. We won't let him forget about it. Come on.
Well, congratulations to Haley. I took one of those tests. It was all math. My test was all math, and it was 4 hours. I think it took me. But I went to college for electronics engineering for 3 years, and that's nothing but math. So I did fine. I passed it.
Well, I don't know how. Dave and I have marveled over this because neither one of us are very good at math. But she's always been very good. So, I don't know. There's some kind of strain in our family because my niece is also very good at numbers and has an accounting firm. So, I don't know where they got it from, but I'm just thanking the Lord and hoping that this works out good for her because she's real excited about it. Would enable her, if she got the Series 7, then she could either climb the corporate ladder or she could go out with another firm at some point or maybe start her own. She could even do the next jump after that where you become a full-fledged financial advisor and can do you can sell just about anything. There's only a few things you can't. So she's pretty excited about it, and she had come in just a few days after she graduated and said, Mom, I was thinking, while I'm young and, pretty carefree and don't have a lot of responsibilities, if I found a company that would pay for me to go back to school, I wouldn't mind that. So when they presented this to her, and she likes numbers and everything, she was going, oh, wow, this might be exactly what I was asking God for. So we'll see. I told her, I said, just pray about it because you want to be wherever God wants you to be. Wherever that is. We want what God wants for your life. And if this is it, then yippee skippy. If not, it got you excited and showed you there's potential out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hey, I see.
It's good experience. Always good experience to have that interviewing and all that kind of thing.
I see one of the crew out there, Karen, sent me flaccid.
You're left with no defense. We all heard what you said and what you didn't end up doing. Now, Royce, stop welching on your bed.
You pick on poor Royce.
I don't know if he was there that night.
What's that?
It might not be. I don't know if he was there that night. It might not be fair to lump him in with the rest
I
of us.
think he was a chat bot with Boogie. I think he had a
Was
chat
he?
bot going on with Boogie. Yeah.
Gotcha. How funny.
I'm going to have to commission Irrational Times to write that song.
You would. You would. Don't take the Irrational Times.
Oh, he will.
Don't take the job, please. Oh.
He does a
Well,
lot
guys,
of...
we've been on here for almost 3 hours. We better start wrapping it up, don't you figure?
Yeah, I think so. Let me do one more song. He does a lot of good songs, so I'm going to find one.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
He really does.
Here's the Jib Jab song. He's doing his own jib jabs. He doesn't have to use the program anymore, but Kimmy's in this one. Oh, come on. Why is YouTube doing this? Here we go. Here we go.
Is that guy using jib jab? Wow, that's cool. I wish I could be in a jib jab.
You know I got a jib jab every day. I love to jib jab no matter what they say. I'm gonna jib jab every day of the week. Wake up, jib jab, then rinse and repeat.
Is that guy using jib jab? That gets me.
Oh, there's Kimmy.
I'm gonna jib jab all over you. You're not gonna know what to do. You know, jib jab all over the place. Gonna jib jab right on your face. Gonna jib jab. It's a way of life. If you're not looking out, I'm gonna jib jab your wife. I got a jib jab. I'm losing control. Gonna jib jab till I can't anymore. That's right now.
Jib jab all over my face. Oh, yeah. I just want to rip my shirt off and get jib jabbed up.
Well, back in college, I was jib jab king. If it's not jib jab, then it don't mean a thing. I'm gonna jib jab. All my best friends gonna copy and paste, then save it and send. And gonna jib jab. It's no joke. I'm gonna jib jab, then I'm gonna light up the smoke. Alright.
Who's that guy? Is he using jib jab? I think I'll go suck his dick.
I'm gonna jib jab all night long. When you go out to McDonald's, I'm gonna jib jab your mom. I'm gonna jib jab like I'm getting paid. I'm gonna jib jab even though that it's gay. I'm gonna jib jab all over you. Gonna jib jab your whole crew. I love to jib jab. Well, maybe you've heard. I won't stop jib jabbing till I jib jab the world.
Whenever I see a guy using jib jab, ooh,
Oh, there's Kimmy.
oh, jib jab.
You know, and the thing is, he does all the music, all the instruments, obviously the singing. So, he's pretty talented.
Very.
Yeah. So he'll write me a good song.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Our own Electrolex. Miss
Yeah.
her. I have not got to see her in a long time.
Yeah, she wasn't on Thursday night either. I woke up and looked and no show.
Huh. Maybe she had something going on this week.
Oh, I didn't look on Twitter. And good luck trying to find it now.
Yeah, really. No joke. Well, this has been fun, guys. It's been a good night. I hope everybody's had a good time tonight.
Oh, definitely.
We've had a few laughs along the way. That's nice for a change, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Everybody, don't forget to catch the show on, I think it's going to be Tuesday or Thursday this week. It'll be 6 o'clock instead of 6:30 with IT and the lovely assistant versus JJ Stoner and the old lady in a newlywed game show. So it'll be fun. They're both cool and fun.
Yeah, I think that's going to be all right.
So hopefully see you there. Rusty, you're on tomorrow night, 10:30?
Yeah, I sure am. With Becky Chat, the new co-host.
Cool.
That'd be great.
And then Boogie will be back on Monday. You got Daywave, Revenge of the Sis. Irrational Times will be on. And, oh, geez, I can't remember everybody. But we're playing the ad.
Oh, and Coffee Talk with Sandra.
Oh, yep, Coffee Talk with Sandra.
She comes on tomorrow night. She has a show, I think, just right before Rusty's. And Tuesdays and Thursdays. And she has music Mondays, and I think on Friday we have moved to the name Chatting with Friends.
Well,
for now.
My show is Fighting for the Republic. Mine is also on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well.
What time, darling? Be sure and tell them.
9 o'clock.
Eastern or Central?
Eastern.
Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern time?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, everybody put on your calendars.
Hopefully it's 6. I'll put out a tweet and let everybody know if it's Tuesday, the game show. If not, we'll just do a regular show on Tuesday. Maybe it'll be Thursday. It depends on, we're just waiting on one person to decide what day. But it'll be 6 o'clock instead of 6:30. So I'll try to get everybody notice ahead of time, but it should be cool and fun. So come check us out. And don't forget to go over to Trovo and follow us there on Trovo, winning_TV on Trovo. So,
very cool.
Yeah, because obviously Periscope is going away, and you know we're not going to continue to stream on Twitter. Just any little thing you say, even if it's a joke, you will be booted. You know, the Gestapo over at Twitter will ban your channel, and then you'll lose your Twitter page on top of it. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Grandma got a 12-hour suspension on Twitter. So
yeah, people are getting suspended for almost nothing now. It's laughable. So
yeah,
and D-Live, no more
Sandra
lemons.
lost both of hers.
No more lemons on D-Live still. So, which was fun because you got to give lemons away at the end of the show. But hopefully, I don't know if they're going to change that. Hopefully they do. But kind of stinks because a lot of good streamers have left D-Live. All right, guys.
Okay.
Catch you next week.
Well, it's been real and it's been fun, but I can't say it's been real fun now. It really was.
Right.
Good night, y'all.
Right. Right.
Oh, har.
Right.
Make it a good week, guys.
Right.
Don't pay attention to Yankees.
Keep the faith. Keep the spirits up.
I got to do this for Monica. Oh, I'll do it when. All right, guys. Have a good night.
But why are you farming for coins when you have a heavy bag?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
comes from being put on a list by government. They're doing it to keep me safe. They're protecting me. Thank you for keeping me safe.
You